So it's been a really long time since I've made a video. I haven't really been working on the Earthship too much, but today we just got done with the electrical inspection. So we've passed the rough-in inspection and it's time to close up the walls. Do a little walkthrough of the inside before we close everything up. So the outside hasn't changed too much. You can see I've got some tires for a little retaining wall. I'm going to have a propane tank over here, so I'm just making room for that. Coming in, the first part of the electrical, I got the disconnect box and my inspection sticker. But that goes up and over into the house. So I didn't film much of me doing the actual work, but got my breaker box here in the mud room. Everything comes into that. There's going to be some shelves up here, some storage, and then you can kind of see the gas line coming through, getting that pressure tested. Still need to ground that, but there'll be, some sort of shelving there. This area over here, you can kind of see none of that's glued right there, that plumbing, but we'll have the plumbing vent up in this area here. That still needs to go in, and that'll go through the roof. Heading into the greenhouse, we'll have three-way switches, so you'll be able to turn on. There's gonna be a big chandelier in the middle, and then two wafer lights. So those will be two separate lights, and you'll be able to turn them on or off from either end of the greenhouse. I've also got some outlets up by the operable windows to run some fans. That's just a temporary fan I've got right now. Over in the main living area, we've got the bar top, so the kitchen sink will be there, and there'll be a little bar coming off there so you can hang out. We've got outlets under there. We've also, it's the other end where the sink is. Got an outlet under the sink as well. Got a wire sticking out because we'll have an outlet on the side of the cabinet. Luckily, they said they're going to change the code in a few months, but he's going to let that pass. I think you're supposed to have it higher than the countertop. Moving into the kitchen, got that gas line coming down. That'll all get buried. We'll drywall over all this. But we got gas line for the stove. Again, the stove is going to be in the middle. There'll be two cabinets on either side, as well as uppers. And then over here, there's going to be some shelves, and then the refrigerator on the end there. We've also got power ran above the stove for the hood vent. And we've got some wires sticking out. These will be for under cabinet lights. We'll have a switch over here, and then under the two upper cabinets, we'll have some lights. Heading over into the tire wall, as you can see, it's still not finished with the pack out. I was waiting for this electrical inspection, but now that that's done, we'll be able to pack out the rest of the tires and bury everything. You can kind of see I used this blue Smurf tube, and that's going to get buried, and then we just mounted the boxes. They are sideways. Just made it easier to run all the Smurf tube, and it goes all the way around. We have outlets every 6 to 12 feet all the way around the building. I still need to connect. I've just got a temporary line coming in from the buried cistern that's behind that wall. So I need to connect those lines, and that'll send the water over to the pump room, which is in the bathroom. So in this back area, we're going to have a ceiling fan up in the middle, and then two more wafer lights. We've got some outlets up high. I might do a cabinet there and have a projector and a pull-down projector screen. These are the switches. They'll also be in the wall. Did the same thing just with the Smurf tube. And that goes up to control the lights as well as the fan. So over in the main kitchen area, we're going to have, again, wafer lights up there. Just got a junction box there. And then it's all coming back to this box here. Once we've drywalled and everything, we'll have a conduit running down, exposed conduit, and that'll be mounted to the post there. And that'll be for the two switches, one for the kitchen area and one for this area over here. Heading into the bathroom, I don't know what I've shown last, but we've got dedicated line for the pump inside this little pump room. Once we finish with the drywall, I can also extend that up to the pressure tank just to expand into this pressure tank. The pump does have its own built-in one, and pressure switch and all that, but we'll have a second pressure tank up high, and then there's also some extra power up there just in case I need it. So also in the bathroom, this might have changed too. I added this wall right here. That's for the glass shower doors to mount to. So it's a 32 by 32 inch shower. We'll have glass coming here and glass coming here, and they're both doors, so you'll be able to open it from either side and go into the shower either way, or open it and walk in from the corner. I also framed out this little section. There'll be a bench inside the shower as well, and then you'll have a little nook for storing shampoo and soap and stuff. Up high, we've got a couple more wafer lights above the sink, which will be right here, and above the shower, and then a vent fan as well. I've got another little box up there. I'm going to have a humidity sensor so that the fan will kick on when it detects humidity. Heading over, if you remember this little cubby here, we'll have washer and dryer in there, little storage drawer, and then this is a little utility room for the hot water heater. This is also where the washing machine will hook up. I haven't connected those pipes. I still need to pressure test the plumbing, and then we'll hook all this in when the hot water's here. So heading outside, on either side we'll have an overhead light in the exterior, as well as, I haven't installed them yet, but there'll be exterior outlets next to each door, and that's both on the east and west side. So also on this side, we've got all that plumbing, and then the toilet will be right next to that. I still have not ran the gray water line for the toilet or the fresh, so I'll tee off the fresh and we'll have a line for the toilet there, and then I'm going to run another line from the bottom of the planter up and over, and it'll send down so you can run the water either on fresh water or gray water. So this is how everything looks. Hopefully it's going to be changing quickly. We got the okay to cover up all the walls, so I'll go to the store, pick up some drywall, and we'll get it all drywalled in. It'll be cool to see it all enclosed and start to get a feel of how it'll be.